Brandy Olino Thomas. I'm AVMS's very own Queen of Everything. I know, best title ever. For those of you who aren't familiar with AVMS, please allow me just a brief moment to give you a little overview about who we are. Partnering with luxury hotels, resorts, and venues from coast to coast, Audiovisual Management Solutions, AVMS, combines innovative ideas and creativity with expertise to achieve our customers' goals. When collaborating with AVMS, you're selecting a proven audiovisual partner that creates unforgettable experiences with a hospitality approach. Since 1999, our team has been delivering solutions specifically designed to extend the reach of meetings and, of course, giving our partners unmatched value. Whether you select us for a long-term partnership, an intimate gathering, a special function, or a large convention, we will ensure service excellence every time on every event. So now for this whole reason I called you all together, I'd like to welcome you to AVMS's Virtual Events Like a Pro. Today, we're going to demonstrate the do's and the don'ts about virtual events. I think we can all agree that we've had to endure some pretty painful virtual events in the past several months, and as well as we've had some really good ones. So let's just give you a few pointers to make your virtual events even better. Oh, I did want to let you know, we will be joined by AVMS's very own National Director of Sales, Steve Dumond. Steve? Steve, seriously. Yes, the joy of the self-mute button. This is a common error amongst the novice virtual event pro. So I guess I can't call them pro, more like the virtual event speaker. When a conference call begins, it is important to know your platform, whether it's Zoom, Teams, what have you. That means knowing what every tool in your toolbar does. So just take a moment prior to your meeting to figure out where your mute button is, when that's on and when that's off. And then of course, play with your web cameras. Is it on your monitor? Is it on your computer? Do you have an external web camera device? So you can really learn a lot about your options when you kind of just experiment a little with your toolbar. So sign in early and get to know it. Just to take a moment right at the beginning of your speech and say, can everybody hear me okay? You'll see all your people giving you a thumbs up, and then you'll know that you can go ahead and proceed. Now, I will add this. The whole situation can be avoided when you partner with someone like AVMS. You will hire an experienced audiovisual partner to be your on-site provider of choice for your virtual events, your hybrid events, your live in-person meetings when we're back to meeting in full force. So less than smooth moments are smoothed over, and the embarrassing situations are a thing of the past. Not only can we control the mute button, but we can ensure that the slides are professional in nature and appearance and shown when appropriate. More about the pros later. It looks like Steve has finally figured out the mute button challenge. Steve, great to hear you.
Great to hear you guys as well, and sorry about that mishap on the audio there. It happens to the best of us. You know how it is. And anyways,
This brings us to another common error when performing virtual events: consistency in sound levels. So the best way to avoid this is to have an external microphone and ensure that all of your speakers have a consistent microphone across the entire platform. So that way you're not constantly having your attendees having to turn down the people that are a little louder and turn up the people that are more softly spoken. So you can ensure that those levels are consistent no matter what computer or where they're recording from. Of course, you may still encounter the challenges of background noise. These little annoying moments can bring some levity to virtual events, but they can also cause an unwanted distraction when the topic is serious in nature, or of course, if the annoyance continues for prolonged periods of time.
Henry! Henry!
The best advice here is to have your dog, your child, or the unwanted guest safely tucked away in another room where the company is to ensure that they have a little bit of a distraction for the duration of your call. In the world we live in today, we're pretty much used to expecting the unexpected. So just remember that these things are bound to come up and learn to roll with it. Now, are you ready for our next common error? Let's bring Steve back to demonstrate the importance of lighting.
How you guys doing again? It's great to be here, like I said, and you know what?
Steve,
lighting is key when it comes to presentations.
Well, it appears Steve doesn't really know that he's not the brightest speaker in the world. So first and foremost, never, and I mean never, light from the back unless it's a simple low light fixture from the ground. That means avoid natural light streaming in your window. Don't turn your computer to face the outdoors so everybody can enjoy it. All it's going to do is wash you out. And especially because a number of web cameras these days can play with the white balance automatically. So you could be well lit one moment and then you shift slightly and you can become dark the next. So if you have inconsistent lighting in the area that you're going to be recording in or going live from, I even use my makeup mirror. So it will light me and allow me to be highlighted in the best way possible. Now you can go ahead and get great web lights these days. Just make sure that no matter what the lighting is, that it is, again, consistent across the board. And again, it's a great idea to speak with the AV pros and let them provide you recommendations. That's an easy phone call to AVMS. We can give you a few helpful hints. We can even provide you with speaker-ready kits so they can have a microphone, a lighting kit, whatever you need is to be consistent no matter where they're shooting from.
Hey, Andy, what do you think? I think I finally nailed it. I appreciate your help. And thanks for your patience, everybody out there. One thing I don't think we mentioned yet, Andy, is creativity. With Zoom and the virtual platform burnout going on right now, with meetings and instructional videos and virtual happy hours, although I still kind of like those, there's a lot of burnout going on. And injecting some humor and injecting also an outside the norm presentation. PowerPoint and Keynote, sure, that work great, but why not introduce a program we like to use? It's called Prezi. And Prezi is an interactive software that puts your presentation on a canvas, and there's lots of animation and movement that engage your audience as you're delivering your material. It's a great way to go. You can also ask a few extra questions outside the meeting scope, like, do you like strawberry or grape jam with your PB&J? Now me, I like a little sliced banana, smash that in between the bread. Oh, how does that go good with cocoa? Hey, Andy, maybe we should tell everybody about our virtual portal.
Why, thank you for bringing that up, Steve. Virtual portals provide a great solution to organize your virtual event needs. Whether you're looking for a place where everyone can register, they can pay for the event, create a personal agenda, host on-demand events and speaker bios, or even allow you to have sponsorship information for those people responsible for bringing the event to life. Here's an example from AVMS that you can see makes virtual events so much easier and very professional when you work with someone like us.
Yes, indeed, Andy. Yeah, it certainly organizes that meeting and makes it a one-stop shop for all the links, the meeting flow, everything is in this portal. And let me go ahead and walk you through that. So here you have the login page, which certainly can be customized to however you would like it with your materials and logos and graphic artwork and anything like that can be completely customized for you. Once you click in, you'll go into this home page. And again, the backdrop of the home page at the top there can be customized. You scroll down, you'll see the event schedule. And that's a great example of how it could lay out. And clicking on each of those would go into a detailed look of specifically that meeting, which is nice. And then you can go back down a little further. You've got your featured presenters. And you'll certainly take a look at those. And then when you click on them, there's a little bit more detail about that presenter and their background. And then just below that on the main page, we can also put sponsor links and sponsors for the event to make it possible, and a little bit of ROI for those that are putting this meeting on, having the sponsors be a part of it. It's a great solution for anybody. And then you go into the actual event directory, which will then list out those events and also put them in a calendar form if you choose to. This is what the actual page will look like when it comes to the presentation, whether it's an on-demand video or if it's an actual live Zoom meeting. And then on the side here, we have a Slido for a Q&A session off to the side here, which makes it kind of nice and engaging for your audience. There's also a section here for support, just in case for any reason the end user has any issues. We have a staff that's supporting and a help desk that would be monitoring the meeting as it's going. And also you've got a section here that's it's your booking. So as throughout the event, you can book one-on-one meetings or being a part of certain things. And this is where that would take place to arrange your virtual meeting for the next couple of days. You'll know exactly where you need to be and when you need to be there.
There you have it, Andy. Everyone, that is AVMS's virtual portal. It is a great tool to ensure that the message is being delivered by your speakers and also received by your attendees. And also, it is just one great software application or one-stop shop to organizing your event, whether it's a hybrid event or a fully virtual event.
That's right, Steve. Virtual portals really allow you to strut your professional prowess while ensuring a seamless event, whether meeting in person or virtually, or a combination of both.
Yeah, Andy, that is a great point. We are seeing more and more hybrid events throughout the country and the world even. Hybrid meetings allow the importance for safe meeting in person, but also reaching that virtual audience. It is certainly a great transition where we would love to be right now, even meeting in person. Can't wait for that day to happen.
Well said, Steve. That's great news if you're a partner with AVMS. You have the expertise of people that have been performing virtual events and live meetings for years, not just months. So whether you are meeting for educational, information, or just social reasons, don't be afraid to reach out and demand better experiences. We can even set up a virtual studio at your property for you, your team, your customers, anyone that you really deem is appropriate to deliver their message in a professionally controlled environment. Here's a great example from one of our partners that we recently set up this virtual studio for. I think you'll agree it looks pretty nice. So thank you so much for joining us for this very interesting and hopefully a little fun thing on virtual events. I know that we've all been through a tough year, and AVMS is here for you if you need some audiovisual advice or looking for a long-term partnership. So Steve, any parting words of advice or any information that you want to throw in here now?
I think that's about it, Andy. All
oh,
good.
Steve, pants.
Yep.
Pants.
Great job, Andy.
I
That was
can't
so
unsee
good.
that. That seriously stained my screen.
Enjoy some of the outtakes.
To be fair, I love portals. Steve, let's talk about the portal.
Hey, can we go to a portal?
Can we go to a portal that will take us to like mid next year? That'd be great.
Lots of fodder.
Yeah, fodder.
Fill my stocking with fodder, Andy.
All right, we'll see you later. I think we're done here. That's a wrap, huh? All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And we'll get back to it. See you later.